Peekaboo. Peekaboo. There you go. I just wanted to share. I just think I don't know. I just wanted to say some stuff because I just hope people are keeping watch out there, and everybody has their own opinions and theologies and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, I don't think that stuff really matters. Um, but I just wanted to share little flirts or confirmations that I'm getting that the Lord is coming soon. Um, Everybody is getting them across the board, and that's why we have to keep watch. We keep watch not only to be discerned and prepare ourselves, but keeping watch is also like a test of our hearts. Can we be open-minded enough to listen to everybody that we know is being led by the Lord and they're of God's children and such, and to listen to the things God is showing them, even though they may not particularly fit in a certain mold and blah blah blah, all this stuff that really doesn't matter. um I think we get hung up on these things too many times. I don't know, with certain things that we just don't understand, people want to scream witchcraft or things that just don't quite fit our in the mold of righteousness. It's automatically witchcraft and evil and blah 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 and whatever. um that's for people to decide and see and discern. But sometimes what I see, people like to scream that stuff um without discerning. um to, or at least go to such an extreme um without discerning. So anyway, currently I've been kind of trudging through hell um, since my mother's murder. Um, I have an inheritance to deal with, and this also comes along with my family wanting me to get Social Security disability benefits because everyone's worried about what am I going to do for the rest of my life. I have no one to support me. I have to live in the house, and there's no way out for me, and blah blah blah. So I have to go through all these shrinks and doctors now. I have to, just to try to prove that I cannot work so I could get SSDI. Now we all know this stuff doesn't matter, but I don't have the option to say this stuff doesn't matter, leave me alone, I'm blowing it off. I don't have that option because I don't live on my own, and the people who have authority over the roof over my head do not understand what's going on with me. So I have to juggle these things. But luckily, my father is very understandable. He knows I hate these things and whatever, it could be worse. He knows. It's just like, just go through the motions and do this. But anyway, so I have to leave the house, go through doctors just to get my mother's inheritance, which the enemy is just going to take anyway. It's just more stress, more stress, more stress. Um, I don't care about the money. I mean, I kind of do, so I could help people with it, you know. Um, but if I can't have a bank account, any bank account or whatever, there's a worm hooked to everything. What's called a worm. So, designed to stress you out. So, um, anyway, so I'm just praying to God yesterday because I had to go to Brooklyn Heights and um, see this shrink who's a friend of the family, and I'm just at the point where I don't care. I'm just going to be honest, and I'm just following what the Lord does me, where the Lord leads me to do. So I follow the prompts of the Spirit, despite any expectations or logical things, the best I can. That just goes across the board. So But I've just been kind of crying out to God, like, please get me through this doctor BS stuff, you know. It's just, here we go again, you know. I don't know. I have to do this stuff, you know, blah, blah, blah. Um, you know, I'm also ill, and, but I know the Lord is taking care of me. The Lord is sustaining me, but I look horrible, and I have to deal with that. I have to take a blood test, and this is something I've been avoiding. I don't want anyone to know what's going on with me, because then I'll be forced into doctors and all this crap that doesn't matter. And, you know, anyway, so I'm just crying out to the Lord, and this is my little flirt, I guess. The Lord is just, I just feel his kind firmness on me, around over my heart, just saying, just don't worry, you know, just, it'll be okay. Because I'm like, Lord, I'm just telling the truth to these doctors, like, because I know time is so short, and it's better to give it to God that maybe will penetrate somebody, or it's better to be transparent for, I guess, for God's glory, but, you know, for just to be truthful the best we can. But because we know time is just so short, it doesn't matter. I mean, he could come any day, and I don't know, that's just kind of like my little flirt. The Lord is just putting tranquility, firmness, and goodness in my heart, just being like, calm down. Like, you know, you'll get through this. I feel like, I don't know, I don't have any confirmation, but I feel like all these hoops I had to jump through, it's not going to matter. So I hope he's coming very soon. You know, days or whatever. I don't know. So, you know, I just get these little flirts and stuff, and I just wanted to share that. I wasn't going to make a video for Judy's gathering, or for the gathering, but, you know, because it's just so insignificant, and plus there are other people listening that may not be listening to the gatherings, but I hope my friends out there listen to the gatherings and listen to God's people. We should be listening to as many people as we can. We really should. Like, that's part of keeping watch. And, you know, do we have an open heart and an open mind to listen to the things the Lord is showing people, even if it may not fit our understanding or certain theologies? I know God tests us that way. He gives everybody a piece of the puzzle and nobody the whole thing. So, you know, I just wanted to share that. At the same time, I'm going through a lot of stuff. But anyway, as I was in Brooklyn Heights, I might as well share a story on it since I'm on the record button. I think this is still recording. We're still recording. You know, I have my pamphlets that I give out of the Beatitudes and stuff. And the warning of that the rapture is coming. And, you know, I experienced more wheat and tares yesterday, just a little, not much, but there were two guys who were together working with each other, and I offered them both a pamphlet. I'm like, hey guys, do you know we're in the last days? You know, we're in the last hour. Like, God's judgment is coming. One guy just, without a fuss, took my pamphlet, and his friend completely, the same stuff I saw in New York City. It was just a demonic spirit over him, and they just start yelling questions, threatening questions at you. Judgment. What are you telling me about judgment? What are you talking about judgment? Don't tell, blah blah blah. And you know, it's just like, all right, well, this guy's a terror. This is, I saw the same thing in New York City, and it's totally spiritual, you know. And you know, they try to scare you, and that's what Satan does. Fear, uncertainty, stuff like that. And, you know, I just stood there, didn't flinch, and just stared at him in the eyes, like, okay, I guess you don't want one. And I walked away. And, you know, I looked back as I was walking. He was just looking at me angrily. He was totally demonic, but, you know, we're not afraid of these things. It's like, whatever. And I think through our tribulations and targeting, through our wounds, we are strengthened. And when we go through so much trauma, we are also kind of not so much afraid of of things. I noticed that we're desensitized to, you know, a lot of things. But um, yeah, so that was just a little observation, like totally spiritual, and I just wish I could get out more and experience and minister these things, minister on the people, or try my hand at it. I'm not good at it at all, but it's just an experience. Everything's a learning experience for me. Just try to reach people's hearts. Um, when I was in the train station yesterday, a train station I don't normally go to, there was a guy playing guitar. So, I left a pamphlet for where his money is, and he just like specifically thanked me. I'm like, whoa, this is a brother. I'm like, it was just so logical. Like the Holy Spirit must have told him, like, yeah, this guy. He was playing the Bob Marley song, "No Woman, No Cry." I don't know. I was feeling kind of down, so he just stopped singing and was just like, "Thank you, man, thank you." And I'm like, "Yeah, and it it was just so abnormal to me. It was so obvious. I'm like, I guess this guy's being led by the Holy Spirit, and he was prompted by the Spirit or something. So that was pretty cool. So that's about all the adventures I had yesterday. Um, yeah, I don't know. These are just things I just wanted to share. I know, I'm in conflict with, I have personal things going on, and everybody seems to have their opinion about what's going on, but I and everyone's kind of watching what I'm doing, and I should be doing this, I should be doing that, but I just go to the leadings and promptings of the Spirit, and the Spirit leads me through paths of peace, meekness. Meekness does not mean weak and being a doormat. Meekness means being humble in your disposition and being confident in God's higher will and higher purpose, and not falling in the trap of reaction as much as we can, and just kind of staying neutral and trying to listen to what God may be speaking to us. That is meekness. Um, so that is what I do, you know, um, and that's the road the Lord has lead me down, and I think that is the way of the true light. I know that is what pleases the Lord, and it's a virtue, and it's not easy, and but this and that, I don't know, and my situation is just the targeting. Everything is just such an onslaught of targeting. I've been kind of molded into a peaceful position because that's the only way I could survive. Listening to people yelling and anxiety and having an aggressive mindset will just bring me down. It will only throw me in the fire, and it doesn't do a damn thing. So, um, I don't know. That's where I come from, and it is about trying to maintain peace, and it is a virtue. A lot of people take that approach and like, it doesn't work, this is BS, and it's like, no, it's a thing that you progress into. It's an understanding, and it's just a way of consciousness, I guess. I know I'm totally coming off like arrogant, and I'm not. I don't mean to, but I'm just saying, it's a matter of an understanding, not do this and you're wrong or do this and you're right. It's a matter of a growing understanding. So that's, I don't know, that's my 2 cents. That's about all it's worth. um so I don't know, that's my little personal update I thought I'd share. I ask for your prayers because I had to jump through hoops and take blood tests, and everything is stressful. Anything I do, the enemy tries to manipulate. Of course, the enemy is gonna try to manipulate my drug test that I'm a complete drug addict and whatever. And I don't know. It's just like, God, I have to do this. I have no choice. I'm giving it to you, and things are what they are. I just don't know. Like, that's where I'm at. I'm just completely vulnerable and just completely giving it to God. Like, I don't know. So, whatever. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at. maybe I shouldn't be sharing. I feel like I shouldn't be sharing so much, but I don't know. Whatever. Um, so where are we in these times? I'm not an expert in the prophecy and where we are, but we know that God's judgment is coming. There's a minister, Minister Sandy. You could YouTube him and find his ministry. If you've been following the gatherings, you might be up to speed on this, but he got a strong word from the Lord, like, you're done telling people our work is done, that we're done warning people about the rapture. I mean, I wasn't told that personally, so I'm going to keep going, but it's just confirmation after confirmation. Judy had a really powerful testimony this morning about with her son. If anyone listened to the AM gathering, it's like a half hour long. Just powerful testimony. We should be listening to these things, guys, and putting our personal things aside, to keep watch. And it's just so obvious, and we should just be listening. So, I don't know. We know God's judgment. All right, I'm prompted. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening, guys. God bless. I hope this is a blessing. Peace.